All right, so get this right. What if, like, someone told you that there's this whole new vision for humanity coming, like one that ditches all the old systems and brings in, get this, unity consciousness.
Unity consciousness.
Yeah, intriguing, right? I thought so too.
Definitely.
So we're diving into this article today. It's called New Vision, New Reality
Okay.
by Shawn Wondunna Foley. And it was just published like a couple days ago on March 7th on www.innerway.com.au.
I see.
And basically this article like lays out this really powerful, almost utopian, vision of the future.
Right.
So we're going to like break down the main parts of it, analyze what it's saying, and just discuss what this whole new reality thing could actually, look like.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So the first big idea they talk about is this thing called rising human vibration. You've heard of this?
I have. Yeah. It's pretty fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
The article suggests that humanity is going through like this huge spiritual awakening, right? And it's like shifting our whole collective energy.
It's almost like we're all like upgrading to the latest software, but like on a soul level or something.
Exactly. And the article goes even further, claiming the shift is so strong that intention will come before literally every action on the planet.
Whoa. So that means like even things that look negative, like they actually come from a conscious intention.
That's what they're suggesting. It really challenges us to, figure out the motivation behind every choice anyone makes anywhere on the planet.
But wait, no more accidental coffee spills then. Everything's going to be on purpose.
Maybe.
But okay, seriously, how does that even work? Like in real life? I mean, what does this rising vibration even feel like? Can you feel it?
I think you can. It's like, imagine tuning a musical instrument, right?
Okay.
As like humanity's awareness grows and expands, our like frequency shifts, and that influences, our thoughts, our feelings, even our actions. We become like more in tune with how everything is connected.
More connected. So that leads to, I guess, the next big thing in the article, unity consciousness.
Exactly.
Talks about how like fear and division are like melting away, right?
Yeah.
Because people are waking up to the fact that we're all interconnected.
Right.
But isn't that kind of idealistic? I mean, the world seems super divided right now.
Yeah, no, for sure. The world can feel really divided sometimes. But the article is like asking us to look deeper. So have you noticed a growing feeling of connection, like in your community or online? Think about all the global movements out there for things like social justice and saving the environment. There's people coming together for these causes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe those are like early signs of this shift toward unity consciousness the article's talking about.
Okay, I can see that. So let's say we're in this world of unity consciousness, right?
Okay.
Where does like individual freedom fit in? Because the article seems to be saying both are important.
Yeah, that's an important point to make. It's suggesting that being interconnected doesn't mean we lose our individuality. Like it actually empowers us to be more authentically ourselves, free from the systems that limit our choices.
It even talks about escaping what it calls egoic structures.
Egoic structures?
Yeah, those are like systems or beliefs that prioritize the individual ego over the well-being of everybody.
Okay, so freedom from these ego structures, that's good, right? But wouldn't focusing too much on individual freedom, like wouldn't that actually cause more division, not unity?
That's a good question. It's like a delicate balancing act, isn't it?
Yeah.
The article seems to be arguing that true freedom actually comes from understanding our interconnectedness,
Yeah.
not just asserting like me all the time. It's about recognizing how our choices impact others, and contribute to the whole.
Okay, so if all this new stuff is emerging, a unity, the freedom, what's on the way out, the article has this whole list. Greed, power structures, scarcity, endless debt. It basically wants to see all these old systems collapse.
Yeah, and that leads to a big question. Are these systems actually close to collapsing?
Right.
The article seems to think so.
And there is growing awareness of their problems and, calls for change. We see that in the rise of like alternative economies, decentralized technologies, and movements that are pushing for big systemic change.
Yeah.
But honestly, these old systems are like really deeply rooted,
Exactly. I mean, my credit card bill suggests that the debt system is doing just fine. But let's say, just for fun, that these systems do start to crumble. what would that even look like? What would replace them?
That's the question, right? The million-dollar question.
Right.
The article points to a future where we're working together and focusing on sustainability, where those things replace competition and exploitation.
Okay.
So imagine decentralized, community-based systems
Mm,
for like energy, food production, even governing ourselves. It's a big shift, a
yeah.
radical one. Whether it's actually possible, well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah. Well, whether it's possible or not, the article ends with a pretty clear call to action. It says to step into this new vision and help create this reality of freedom, unity, and abundance. It sounds great,
It does.
but also kind of overwhelming, to be honest.
Oh, I agree.
What can we actually do, in our daily lives, to contribute to this new reality?
Well, that's where it gets like practical. It's about making choices like every day that align with these principles. So start by, looking at those structures in our own lives that prioritize the ego over, the well-being of everyone.
Okay.
How can we shift from competition to collaboration? Or from just consuming to being more sustainable?
Yeah, the control.
It starts with what each of us does, but those actions, they create a ripple effect. Imagine if you could actually see your thoughts like ripples spreading out on a pond, and how those ripples affect the people and the environment around you. That's the kind of power we're talking about here.
Wow. Okay, so to wrap things up, we've explored this vision of rising human vibration, leading to unity consciousness, empowered freedom, and maybe even the collapse of those old systems. And it's all happening right now. We covered a lot.
We did, we did. And as we go forward, it's worth thinking about that last point. Is this shift really happening right now? Do you see any evidence of it in your own life or in the world? What role do you want to play in shaping this future?
Lots to think about. That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening, everyone.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.